part 4 of this video on friendship and familial love in terms of our love through the ages topic. Continuing on from the previous video, we're now going to look at how we might approach a comparison question. So the question we have here is compare how the authors of 2 texts you have studied present ideas about friendship and familial love. It's important to just mention here that when it says 2 texts, it doesn't necessarily mean one poem and one piece of prose. In terms of the poetry, it will mean an anthology of poetry that you have studied. So it's really important that you talk about more than one poem in your essay. In terms of my essay plan, I've only included 1 poem, but that's because my essay plan is a very reduced version, just to show you the structure, so that I would really recommend you include another poem in a question such as this. So there are 4 steps to approaching a comparison question, and we've done 3 of these steps in our previous videos. We've approached the theme to choose our text. We've looked at different types of familial love and friendship. We've also analysed our poem in terms of our theme. We've also analysed our piece of prose in terms of our theme. So all that's left is to analyse them comparatively. And that's what we're going to do now using our table. But before we do that, we're just going to take a look at our comparative analysis checklist. And if you haven't seen this before, please go back and watch my poetry and prose video where I go through this in more detail. But essentially, the questions we have to ask ourselves are in terms of form, structure and language, presentation of theme, contexts, and time or era. The best way to compare 2 things is to use a chart, and here you can see that the items of our checklist are on the left, and I've put the poem and the prose side by side. And there aren't many similarities between these 2 texts, but that's fine because it's also interesting to talk about the differences. And so anything in red is a difference and anything in black is a similarity. So in terms of form, we've identified that our poem is in 4-line stanzas and has a regular structure. Our novel is prose and it is social satire. So in terms of structure and language, we see that Vergesmeinigt has iambic tetrameter, caesura, enjambment, and these all show the difficult hidden emotions of the novel. And that's actually a similarity. Jane Austen emphasises hidden emotions in her subtexts, which are shown in the long sentences and the social satire. Also in our poem, we see that it engages the reader by including them. We also see sibilance, the horror of war imagery, an attempt at compassion, though it has to be hidden because it's talking about the enemy. And we also see the use of the girlfriend to deflect the narrator's own emotions.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're looking for an amazing A-level English literature resource, join me today in my series of engaging bite-sized video tutorials. Together, we will concisely cover all the important concepts required by your exam board specification, as well as practically apply what we have learnt through exam-style questions, focusing on how best to structure your answers in order to maximise marks. See you soon, and together, let's make A-level English literature a walk in the park.